All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Friday, June 21st, set today by Fed. Let's see what Fed has for us. Revolutionary soldiers with guns, repelling city police. Well, revolutionary can be wordplay, either turning something around, or it might indicate red. We had trot the other day. Soldiers, of course, has a lot of short abbreviations. Repelling could also be a backwards indicator. So I'm not sure even where the definition is. Police, perhaps? City police? Oh, it seems to be a lot going on for 7 letters. Let's try the downs. On the subject of act making comeback. Well, yeah, comeback could also be a reversal indicator. We're getting a lot of indications of those today. But I'm thinking on the subject of is re, and then a word for act, which could be the verb to act, it could be a legal act, it could be a deed or something like that. And then I think maybe all of that makes a word for comeback, which can be a witty riposte. But I can certainly see a word for comeback starting with re. But what's after that, I've no idea. Hanging, ordinary work in flat. I'm thinking it's going to be a word for hanging, but I'm wondering if it's something you hang up, a hanging, like a tapestry, for example. Ordinary, yeah, I'm wondering if ordinary can be abbreviated to O, maybe as in van ordinaire or something like that. Work is often OP for opus, and then maybe could you have OOP inside of a 3-letter word for flat? And it's going to mean this hanging. No, not seeing it. One looks sweet in dashing Cuban heels. Well, Cuban heels is 10 letters. Dashing might be an anagram. So then the definition would be one looks sweet. But I'm wondering if that's just a cryptic way of defining a dessert of some kind. I'll try the anagram helper, but without any of the letters, it's going to be a bit of a crapshoot. What is the 3-letter word going to be? One looks sweet. Yeah, I'm not seeing any dessert type. Oh, something bun, maybe? What's left over after our bun? Oh, Eccles, no. We'll have the a C, L, and the S. No, not seeing it, so need to get some letters for that. If you spotted it, well done. Check, retired, multimillionaires, imprisoned. Ooh, imprisoned could be wordplay. the multimillionaire goes inside of a word for retired. But excuse me, it doesn't seem to be enough. Only 5 letters. Who is a short multimillionaire? Bezos or Musk? Gates? No. Confusing. Extra weight for harbor transport. All right, I think this is going to be an anagram of extra weight. Oh, I do see we have water. Oh, water taxi. Yeah, I would not have thought of that without the anagram fodder. But there we go, first one in. All right, occasionally seeing couple in public. Maybe it's in public, open. But how is that occasionally seeing couple? I mean, occasionally... No, I think they use regularly when we're supposed to take every other letter from a word. Occasionally seeing couple. No. Feeble, old man, the jerk pursued. I'm thinking the definition will be feeble, and then we'll have oh and something for a man. And then the jerk. Not sure what that could be. And then nicely 8 down continues with pursued quickly. One delivering a tirade inspires a following. I think this might actually be pursued quickly as the definition. Because one delivering a tirade, I'm thinking, is a ranter, and it inspires or takes into it a following. Well, I want it to be ran after, so following must be abbreviated as F. Oh, I think that's in books, in the index, when you perhaps say something is starting on page 73 and following. I think maybe you have an F in that context, but I'm not 100% sure. But ran after definitely seems right. All right, let's go back to the acrosses. Something huge in women's cricket. Well, I think the women's is going to be the W that we have. And then a 6-letter word for cricket. Now, the question mark is maybe telling us that there's some license being taken here. And I'm thinking of something huge. If you catch a giant fish, for example, you might say it was a whopper. And so a cricket is being defined as a hopper, something that hops, all right? Character, overshadowing, book gets cut. I'm thinking it's going to be character, probably as in some kind of letter. 1-4, overshadowing. Oh, unless it's character overshadowing, maybe something like an A-type personality who overshadows others. Isn't that a term, A-type? But then I don't see book gets cut. Suggests maybe it's the title of a book, but it's cut short. Now, how about worn out, bare, for the most part, very attractive. I'm thinking very attractive will be the definition. I could be worn out, of course. Worn out though, maybe. Oh, the dash out, maybe that's misleading and we're supposed to anagram worn, bare for the most part. No, not seeing it. Rye Port is working to protect old warehouse. Well, Rye Port is 9 letters. And if that is working or anagrammed, and then you put an O for old inside it, oh, I see a repository. Oops, repository as a warehouse. All right, somewhat user-friendly. One is bound to work. All right, well, that F is very helpful, because it's a hidden clue within user-friendly. We have surf, who I suppose was somebody who was bound to work. Ooh, look at this. Be opportunistic. TED Talks, introductions, enthralling, as long as the man's hiding brightness. So I think it's going to be a long phrase for be opportunistic. Well, there is a phrase that immediately comes to mind. Well, the first thing I thought of was strike while the iron's hot, but then I thought, no, very appropriate for summertime too. Make hay while the sun shines. Oops, something went wrong there. All right. How's the wordplay working? Talks introduction, I think, would be a T. I think while is going to be as long as. The man's hiding brightness. Okay, so I think Ted is somehow make hay, I think, because that followed by talks introduction is enthralling or including while, as long as. And then the man is HES, which is hiding sunshine or brightness. But I don't get the TED for make hay, unless I'm missing something there. But that's how I'm reading it. All right, well, I'm fairly confident, and it's a good one to get. A whistleblower taking on European bank. All right, so I think it is a whistleblower that takes on an E, and it's going to mean bank. Well, it's not exactly a whistleblower, but I suppose somebody who squeals could be described as a rat. And if you add an E, you get rate. I'm not sure I see how rate can be bank. So I'm going to leave that one for now. Astounding. This writer's not actively resisting, having made a case for resistance! Exclamation. I think Fed might be clever, being clever about that. So this writer could be I am or I'm, so I'm thinking it's an I am word, and it's going to mean astounding, impressive, not actively resisting. Oh, I'm wondering if if we do something with passive for not actively resisting, and then change the A to an RE, does that make sense? Having made a case for, well, can resistance be RE? Now, resistance, I think we usually see, well, I thought it was just maybe R in electrical diagrams. Oh, let's try 15 down. A walk in the park means a healthy one down without much exertion. Well, I think a walk in the park must be something like easy something, but I think we need to get one down. All right, how about row 9, potentially called in lottery? Oh, well, a lottery would be a sweepstakes. Oh, a sweepstake, I suppose. Yeah, I usually pluralize it, probably incorrectly. A sweepstake. Yeah, I think you usually do see it with the S on the end. But how would this be row 9, potentially called? So maybe a homophone. Row 9, potentially called. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure of that, but it would be odd if the word sweepstake fits and it means a lottery. All right, how about swimmer's temperature taken by ship's doctor? I think it's going to be a swimmer, which can be a fish or any kind of marine animal, I suppose. And T for temperature is possibly going to be put inside ship and doctor. Not seeing anything likely there. Climbing records cycling club could be topping. No, I don't know where to start with that. Oh, here's another reference to one down. Deny, one down's contrived. Oh, I'm wondering if this is going to be an anagram of one down, meaning deny. And that's interesting because we don't have an I yet in one down. So yeah, I'm wondering if it's going to be RE something IR, probably IRE. Come back. Act. Yeah, let me pause and think about what letters might go in after the RE. Well, I couldn't find any words with the IR that meant comeback. So I looked up Merriam-Webster's thesaurus, and I did see return can be a comeback, obviously, in many different ways. And a turn would be an act, for example, in a musical. So then maybe impressive is wrong because I'm reading 19 down as being an anagram. So maybe sweepstake is wrong too. How about 20 down? Finally, madness. chose it must be love for Chesterfield, say. Well, I think finally madness might be telling us to take the S at the end of madness. And then chose it must be love. And then I think the definition will be something that a Chesterfield is an example of. Was that an old cigarette, I thought? Chesterfield. Oh, maybe it's a town. Yeah, not seeing that. How about church assuming priest remains? I'm wondering if assuming means we put a short word or abbreviation for priest inside of church, and we get a word that means remains, which could be the verb, as in stays, or it could be somebody's earthly remains. Church is usually CH or CE. Yeah, but M something C doesn't seem likely. Anyway, Caribbean, locations, housing, provided, internet connection. So I think the Caribbean location is the West Indies, and that houses provided, which is if, and of course your internet connection is your Wi-Fi. That's one of the easier ones you will see. Hold on, I'm skipping over some, so let's go to this one. Electronic signal getting gangster moving. Yeah, I'm wondering if the electronic signal I can be current. So I wonder if then you have gangster anagrammed around it, and it's... No, hold on, I'm having moving doing double duty as the anagram indicator in the definition, so that's not right. No, not seeing it. Newspaper discovered hairdressers maybe starting to get off the ground. Yes, it's starting to get off the ground. I'm wondering, a loft maybe would be off the ground. But where? Yeah, I don't see. Newspaper discovered, Nope. Keeper, probably very near the batsman, losing focus in a boisterous way. Ooh. Keeper, probably. I'm wondering if that's referring to the fact that goalkeepers usually wear the number 1. So maybe just an I. Very near. Maybe that's a V. The batsman. I think the batsman, whatever word that is, loses an F for focus maybe. And it's going to mean in a boisterous way. Oh yes, if the keeper is number 1, then that would be NOI. Very near the batsman is, I'm just aware of this term from cricket, mainly because it would often be used in jokes, silly mid-on, I think, is the fielder who stands very bravely stands in front of the batter. And maybe that's why they call it silly. And so focus is actually the middle letter, so it loses the middle letter of silly, and noisily is in a boisterous way. Sanitize drivers' competition, taking motorway out during second half of race. I'm wondering if sanitize is the definition, but what is drivers' competition? Oh, Formula One, of course, so maybe FI. Taking motorway out during second half. Well, the second half of race is CE, and maybe we're supposed to put something in between CE. Yeah, I don't like this at all. I'm not seeing anything for sanitize even close to that. Oh, it could be, I'm thinking, of course, of sanitize as in sterilize, make something safe that way, but it could also be to bowdlerize or to censor in some way. Yeah, I'm not sure. 23, that's unlikely to end in an F. Remains. No, so let's get rid of that. Yeah, not seeing it. All right, I think I've looked at everything at least once. Where do we have, oh, now our character begins with a T. Character overshadowing. Book gets cut. T, yeah, let me pause and sip my water and think about that. Well, I was working my way through the alphabet and I got to T-B and I thought, oh, a T-bone is a cut of meat. And so I think book is B, we've seen that before. And so character is tone. So the character of something might be its tone. All right, I'm happy with that. Now this hanging, oh, I am thinking of a word, OOP, that might describe something. Hanging would be droopy, also one of my favorite cartoon characters. And so flat in this case is not exciting or dry. And now our revolutionary does look like being red. And then we have 4 letters for soldiers with guns repelling, maybe, or repelling city. So some kind of police seems to be the definition. It could be a verb to police, but I think it's going to be a noun. Are there some red caps, red tops? No, the red tops are the tabloids. Red hats, red something. Oh, we do have some good letters for our Cuban heels anagram. So let's try that. Yeah, I'm still thinking it's the bun. Oh, a Chelsea bun, of course. Makes a nice change from the Chelsea tractor we see a lot. All right. So now red city police. Yeah, but maybe it is revolutionary soldiers as the definition. Reduces, redacts. No, not seeing it. Our retired multi-millionaire now ends in T. Yeah, I'm thinking it's the definition will be check. Retired multi-millionaire is imprisoned. No, not seeing it. Occasionally, so this might be open. Seeing couple, occasionally seeing couple in public. No, don't see the wordplay. And our feeble, old man the jerk pursued. Is it going to end in IC? Meaning feeble, I think. Yeah, I'm going to have to use wordplays.com for this one to see what words match that letter pattern. Of course, it's pathetic. I should have worked out from the wordplay that old man was pa. The is simply the, and a jerk is a tick. So the pursuit is really, I suppose, there for the surface, and then to connect it to the following one. All right, now our worn out bear, for the most part, very attractive. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything for that. If 6 down is open, then it would be, moth-eaten would be worn out. I was not expecting that to be the definition. So bear, for the most part, very attractive. Oh, I think very attractive is a 10. Can you believe it? Bear, for the most part, then, would be MOTHEA. Oh, actually, A10 may be very attractive. So Oh, I think bear as into bear children or look after children is mother, and mostly because we drop the R. All right, I'm going to put in open here, and I'm going to click the check this button. It is right. I just do not see how the wordplay is working. No. Oh, no, I do. It is one of those regularly or evenly. So within couple in, every second letter is OPEN. I was hiding in plain sight. All right, so now check, remit, admit, imprisoned. Yeah, I'm going to have to use word plays for this one. Of course, it's a hidden clue with a reversal. So within multi-millionaire, imprisoned within it and backwards is the word limit. So to check something would be to limit. Oh my goodness, so now what is this word? I don't know this word. I presume it's from a non-English language. Let me pause and check. All right, well, the A or the E was throwing me off, so I was my own enemy there. Radical is revolutionary. let's see, soldiers with guns, repelling city. I think the city, oh, no, well, certainly police. Oh, yeah, so I think the city is LA and the police are the CID and they are repelling or going backwards. So the soldiers with guns are the Royal Artillery. All right, the top half is done, but oh my goodness, I'm 35 minutes into this and the bottom half is looking a little threadbare. All right, our swimmers, now it ends in an N, so that should be, oh, of course, a sturgeon is the, so the doctor is a surgeon. Temperature, oh, I think maybe on board a ship, they did call the doctor a surgeon, so not the modern usage of the word. And then you put the T for temperature inside it. Ooh, this one ends in an I. Climbing, records, cycling club, could be topping. Oh, I'm wondering if it's a topping for a pizza. Pepperoni, I think we've had before. Oh. Can you spell pepperoni with, sorry, that should be an E with, I've completely messed that up now. Can you spell it with one P, pepperoni? Climbing records, cycling club. I see that the last four letters, Roni, is the word iron, which is a club, but you cycle it. You move the first letter to the end. And the records are EPs, and there are two of them, but they're climbing. That's a very unusual spelling of pepperoni. Let me pause and check that. Well, it looks like a single P is closer to the original Italian word, pepperone, and maybe an Italian, yeah, so maybe it's the Italian form of the word, the plural. Yeah, it's interesting. So now I thought that might be rat taking on taking an E at the end to be rate, but oh, no, of course, the whistleblower with the 2024 European Championship in full swing is a ref, and so it becomes a reef. All right. Now my electronic signal getting gangster moving. Oh, I'm wondering if the gangster could be a Don. But then the Don would probably be there unless there's another IDON. I'm thinking this is going to mean moving, and it may be a scientific term for moving. Of course, I may be making it more complicated than it needs to be. So we would need some word for a signal as well, which gets a gangster, and the whole thing is, but it could be moving as in emotional. How about that? Yeah, so electronic is E, signal is emotion, and the gangster is good old Al Capone. So going back to the article from the other day about the outdated references, I still think Al Capone is well known enough among young people, I would think. But anyway, fairly sure about that. Oh, let's try 15 It must be easy money. Oh yeah, of course, a walk in the park means a healthy return without much exertion. So it's really a double definition, but you have to solve one down first. I'm not sure what I think about that type of clue. But anyway, I suppose if I'd got that first, it might have helped me with one down. So now deny one down's contrived. Is there an anagram of return that means deny? No, I'm thinking maybe refute. No. All right, let me get rid of that C and that E indeed. All right, we have an L now in the middle of our church, assuming priest remains. Yeah, let me pause and think about that one. I was staring at the three letters in the middle with the L, and I remember that priest, they often use Eli from the Bible as a priest, and so then the church is Roman Catholic Church, and we get a relic. All right, maybe this is impressive. I'm going to put it in and use the check this button. It is right. So maybe that convoluted thing I have about passive somehow becoming impressive is correct. I don't see it. So now, yeah, that was the I that put me off this because I thought it was going to be an anagram of one down. So deny returns, contrived, not sure I see it. All right, our newspaper discovered hairdressers maybe starting to get off the ground. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Let me look up Chesterfield and see. I think Chesterfield King might be the cigarette I'm thinking of. Well, yes, a Chesterfield is a brand of cigarettes. It's also a typeface, a type of coat, a college, a sofa. There were 3 ships of the Royal Navy, HMS Chesterfield. There are a lot of towns called Chesterfield, but there's a market town in Derbyshire, and it's a constituency. There's a Chesterfield House in Westminster, so not exactly sure what that could be. I did think it might begin with S. Finally, Madness chose. I wonder if it could end with O for love, but not seeing anything. Deny one downs, contrived. No. Oh dear, so I think I did well to get through 3/4, but this southeast corner is proving too much for me. I'm going to take a flyer, so to speak, and put in a loft and check this. It is right. Oh my goodness. All right, so how is this working? Newspaper discovered hairdressers maybe. No, I do not. I don't understand that at all. Let's see, does that help me then with Oh, I did say a Chesterfield was a sofa, which of course could also be a a settee. So the S for finally madness chose it must be love. Yeah, I don't see that. Let's check it. It is right also. So we'll have to look over at 15 squared to understand why that is right. Is it a hidden clue? No. Yeah, I'm wondering if it must be love. No, not seeing it at all. It's now our deny. Yeah, let me look up word plays and see what words have that I and O. Oh, that is very clever. And I should have got this because we just had a crossword recently where disown was defined something like deny. But it's an anagram of I for one plus downs and contrived. So it's very clever and throwing us off the scent by putting in the, maybe that's why Fed put in this other reference to one down to make us think, oh yeah, here's one down again. That is fiendish, but I do admire it. All right, sanitize now. Oh, must be cleanse. Drivers, oh, so it's nothing to do with F1. Oh, but I wonder if it is a driver's competition where you remove M or M1. Oh, no, it's the Le Mans race is the driver's competition. We take out the M for motorway and we bung it all inside of CE, which is the second half of race. All right, let's check all. Everything's still there. Yep, let's head on over to 15 squared. All right, today's blog is by Peter O. Apart from, didn't get 13 down. I did not have much difficulty here. So let's see, the ones I needed help with while, oh my goodness, make hay is Ted, the tedding and the spreading of the straw for a bedding. That okay, how many of you knew this word Ted to do about making hay or spreading out hay? That is, yeah, I'm not too sure about that, Fed. All right, impressive. Yes. Oh, of course, the case for resistance is the R and the E, the outer letters. So I was on the right lines. I just didn't think it through as to where the RE were coming in. All right. And then 26 aloft. Oh, hairdressers maybe is salon. Minus the outer letters. Of course, discovered. Plus the FT. Oh, and then starting. So newspapers FT and then discovered something starting. Yeah, it does my brain in when they put them in the wrong order like that. All right. So then on the downs 13, which Peter had trouble with. So KVA 1, KVA, it was going to explain that one. And then 20 settee. Oh, I did want to say pepperoni. So I got the explanation right, but Peter O isn't saying anything about the single P. But the last letters, finally. So I got the S from finally of madness. But that's clever, having madness and it must be love. Yeah, very good. All right, KVA. I don't know much about the sport of rowing. It seems there's a type of rowing known as sweep rowing. 9 potentially is steak, called steak. Oh, 9, of course, was T-bone. Wow, that is... sweep rowing is the normal sort, 1 oar per person. To row with sweeps. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so row was the verb to row. Anyway, some very tricky things in there, but I think I managed to get at some of them I was guessing at, but I think I got everything right in the end. Anyway, thank you as always for watching and have a great day.